Every day begins with a choice. The way you start your morning will determine how the rest of your life unfolds. Wealth is not only built in bank accounts, it is first built in the mind. If you truly want your fortune to multiply, you must discipline yourself to a daily ritual that sets the stage for prosperity. Here are 11 things to do every morning if you want wealth to flow to you in increasing measure. Every morning is a fresh opportunity to set the tone for the life you desire. The way you start your day holds the power to shape your future. And if you are serious about multiplying your wealth, you must begin with the right mindset. The first step is gratitude, because gratitude unlocks abundance. When you rise and count the blessings you already possess, you create a magnetic force that attracts more into your life. The simple act of giving thanks for health, family, opportunities, and even challenges builds an inner state that wealth cannot resist. Gratitude multiplies whatever it touches. Once you have tuned your mind to thankfulness, you must declare your vision with conviction. Speak your goals aloud each morning as if they are already achieved. The words you release carry energy, and that energy organizes your world. Wealth is first spoken into existence, and when you affirm your intentions, your subconscious begins working toward them automatically. Coupled with this, you must also see the picture clearly in your imagination. Spend a few minutes each day vividly imagining the life you want, as though it were happening now. The clearer your vision, the stronger the pull of your mind toward its realization. Faith must then take its rightful place as the driver of your thoughts. Most people allow fear to be their morning companion, worrying about bills, problems, and uncertainty. But fear repels wealth, while faith attracts it. Remind yourself daily that obstacles are not barriers, but invitations to rise higher. When you believe that opportunities are hidden within every challenge, you walk into the day with confidence instead of hesitation. Along with faith comes planning. Write down your definite plan every morning, both for the day and for your long-term future. Without a written plan, dreams remain vague desires, but with clarity of action, they transform into tangible results. The mind must also be fed before it can produce. Each morning, seek out wisdom through reading, listening, or reflection. A single idea encountered today could multiply your fortune tomorrow if acted upon. Alongside mental nourishment, strengthen your body. Energy is wealth in motion, and the discipline of moving, stretching, or exercising even briefly in the morning fuels you with the vitality to chase your goals. A sharp mind and a strong body together create unstoppable momentum. Another key practice is mastering your emotions before the world has the chance to stir them. Begin your morning with stillness, whether through prayer, meditation, or reflection, so that your inner state remains steady regardless of external noise. When you control your emotions, no circumstance can shake your pursuit of wealth. Then, review your progress by glancing back at yesterday. Did you act in alignment with your vision, or did distraction steal your focus? By measuring your steps daily, you ensure that your path always bends toward abundance. Finally, wealth demands action and service. Each morning, commit to one action that moves you closer to financial growth, whether it's making a call, creating a plan, or seizing an opportunity. Do not wait for perfect timing, because action taken now multiplies results later. And above all, carry an attitude of service into the world. The more people you serve, the more wealth you attract in return. Ask yourself each morning how you can deliver greater value, for wealth is always the shadow of service. By practicing gratitude, vision, faith, planning, wisdom, strength, calmness, reflection, action, and service every morning, you set into motion a daily ritual that will multiply your wealth beyond measure. Every morning when you rise, you hold in your hands the power to shape your entire future. The words you speak at the start of the day are not just sounds, but seeds. When you declare your vision aloud, you are planting the blueprint of your destiny in the soil of your subconscious mind. Every empire, every fortune, every invention began as a word spoken with conviction. By affirming your goals each morning, you send a command to your mind that this is the path you must walk, and your thoughts, decisions, and actions begin to align with that declaration. Words are invisible architects that design the reality you will one day live in. The act of speaking your goals aloud is more than simple repetition. It is a way of reinforcing your belief in yourself. Each time you hear your own voice affirm your vision, the doubts within you shrink and your confidence grows stronger. This confidence becomes the fuel that drives your actions throughout the day. When you say with certainty that you will achieve success, your subconscious begins to search for opportunities, solutions, and ideas that match your spoken words. You are, in essence, programming your mind to expect wealth, and what the mind expects, it will always find a way to create. Vision spoken in the morning also clears away the fog of confusion. Most people wake up and let the day decide for them, but the disciplined individual declares their direction before the world distracts them. By doing this, you set your compass straight, and even when challenges arise, you do not wander aimlessly because your spoken word has already given you a destination. The mind that begins the day with clarity of vision is far more powerful than the mind that begins with doubt or fear. There is also a deeper power in the emotion behind the words. Speaking your vision aloud with passion creates energy that resonates within you. When you do this consistently, you begin to feel as if your success is already yours, and that emotional certainty is magnetic. People, opportunities, and resources are drawn to those who radiate confidence in their purpose. Your morning declarations are not only for yourself, but they signal to the world around you that you are a person of direction and belief. When you repeat this practice daily, you are building an unshakable habit. Just as a builder lays one brick each day until the structure is complete, your words layer belief upon belief until your subconscious mind fully accepts your vision as inevitable. At that point, hesitation disappears and you move boldly, knowing your future is secure. The more consistent you are in affirming your goals each morning, the faster your reality bends toward your desires. So understand this: speaking your vision aloud is not a ritual of chance, it is a law of creation. Words spoken with faith are orders given to the universe, and the universe always obeys a mind that knows where it is going. Each morning you must declare not what you fear, but what you choose to create. In doing so, you awaken the hidden power within you and you begin to see your wealth multiply, not by luck, but by the deliberate shaping of your destiny. Every great achievement in history was first imagined long before it was built. The human mind is a workshop where the invisible becomes visible, and the morning is the best time to shape those images with purpose. When you rise and deliberately see the picture of the life you desire, you are activating the creative force within you. The mind cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined reality and one that already exists, and so it begins to draw resources, opportunities, and ideas to close the gap between the two. Visualization is not idle daydreaming. It is the act of instructing your subconscious mind with precision. Most people imagine problems, failure, and scarcity, and so they unconsciously attract those conditions into their lives. But the individual who disciplines himself to picture success, wealth, health, and fulfillment plants a different seed, one that grows into the harvest of abundance. Each image you hold with clarity is a silent command to your future. When you visualize the feeling, you give life to the picture. It is not enough to merely see yourself wealthy, strong, or successful. You must also feel it as though it were already true. Emotion adds color and energy to the image, and that energy imprints itself deeply upon your subconscious mind. The stronger the feeling, the faster the picture begins to shape your actions and decisions in the direction of its fulfillment. This practice also builds faith. When you hold a picture in your mind daily, it becomes so familiar that doubt no longer has room to live. You begin to expect it, and expectation is the essence of belief. Opportunities that once seemed invisible suddenly become clear, and you take steps toward them with confidence because your mind has already rehearsed the outcome. What once felt impossible begins to feel natural, and that shift of belief is the doorway to achievement. Over time, this daily visualization becomes a magnet. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions begin to harmonize with the image you have planted. People notice your certainty, doors open that were once closed, and circumstances align with the picture you have faithfully held. The clearer and more consistent the image, the stronger the pull it exerts on your reality. Wealth, success, and fulfillment do not appear by chance. They are drawn into existence by the power of a mind that dares to see them first. Fear is the thief of dreams, and yet most people allow it to greet them every morning before they even rise from bed. They think about bills that must be paid, problems that seem unsolvable, and obstacles that stand like mountains before them. These thoughts poison the mind before the day even begins, leaving little room for creativity or courage. The person who allows fear to dominate the morning has already surrendered the battle of the day, because fear paralyzes action and blinds the eyes to opportunity. Faith, however, transforms the same circumstances into stepping stones. When you wake and deliberately direct your thoughts toward faith, you begin to see challenges as hidden gifts instead of threats. Faith whispers that every obstacle carries a seed of opportunity, a lesson, or a chance to grow stronger. While fear magnifies problems, faith magnifies possibilities. With faith, even the smallest step forward feels like progress, and progress builds momentum until wealth and success are drawn toward you. To cultivate faith in the morning, you must train your mind with intention. Speak words of belief before fear has the chance to settle in. Remind yourself that you have overcome difficulties before and that the same strength within you will conquer whatever lies ahead. Visualize the outcome you desire instead of dwelling on what you dread. Each time you choose faith over fear, you are building a habit that strengthens your spirit and sharpens your vision. Faith, like a muscle, grows stronger with consistent use. Directing your thoughts toward faith does not mean ignoring reality. It means facing reality with the certainty that you are greater than any problem you encounter. Fear tells you to retreat, while faith commands you to act. When you operate from faith, you look for solutions instead of excuses, you take bold steps instead of hesitant ones, and you attract others who are inspired by your courage. Wealth flows more easily to those who move with confidence, because confidence creates trust, and trust opens doors. The mind filled with faith also creates a powerful vibration that influences everything around it. People sense it, opportunities align with it, and circumstances bend toward it. Just as fear attracts more of what is feared, faith attracts more of what is believed. If you believe you are destined for growth, prosperity, and abundance, life will begin to reflect that belief back to you. Each morning is your chance to plant that seed of belief in you until it grows into a tree that no storm can uproot. Understand this truth: wealth is not only built by effort, but by mindset. Two people can face the same obstacle, and one will shrink in fear while the other rises in faith. The one who rises will discover doors that the fearful mind cannot even see. Every morning, you must choose which companion you will invite into your day. If you invite fear, it will multiply your worries. If you invite faith, it will multiply your wealth. Every fortune begins with a clear plan. Wealth is never the result of accident or chance. It is built by design. Each morning when you rise, you must refine your plan for the day and for your future. A man or woman without a plan drifts like a ship without a compass, moved only by the winds of circumstance. But the one who writes down a definite plan has already set the course of their destiny. By choosing direction, they command their energy to flow with precision rather than scatter in confusion. A vague goal brings vague results. This is why so many people work hard yet achieve little. They may have dreams, but dreams without a plan dissolve into frustration. The mind needs clarity, and clarity comes through writing. When you take a few minutes each morning to set down exactly what you intend to do, you transform your desire into a map. That map tells you what step to take first, what to avoid, and what deserves your focus. Clarity is the bridge between imagination and achievement. A written plan also strengthens resolve. When you see your purpose in front of you, written in your own hand, it becomes harder to ignore. It reminds you of the promises you made to yourself, and it challenges you to rise above excuses. Each day you write and review your plan, you are reminding your mind that your goal is not optional but mandatory. It becomes part of your identity, and identity drives action more powerfully than mere wishes ever could. The act of refining your plan each morning also keeps it alive and relevant. Circumstances change, opportunities appear, and obstacles emerge. A plan written once and forgotten grows stale, but a plan revisited daily adapts to reality without losing direction. You may adjust the route, but the destination remains fixed. This flexibility ensures that you continue moving forward instead of being paralyzed by setbacks. The wealthy are not rigid. They are precise, and precision comes from constant refinement. Moreover, a definite plan builds momentum. Each morning you decide what step you will take, and by taking it, you add weight to your progress. Small steps taken with consistency lead to giant leaps over time. What seems like little progress in the moment compounds into extraordinary results. A vague intention produces hesitation, but a written plan eliminates uncertainty and demands action. Action repeated daily becomes a habit, and habit is what multiplies wealth. Those who achieve greatness are not necessarily the most talented or the most fortunate, but they are always the most deliberate. They act with purpose because they have a plan. Each morning they sharpen it, commit to it, and then execute it with faith. Wealth does not respond to wishful thinking, but to precise intention backed by disciplined action. The simple act of writing a definite plan every morning is one of the surest ways to turn invisible desires into visible riches. The mind is the greatest tool you possess, yet most people neglect it every morning. They rush into the day without sharpening their thoughts, and then wonder why confusion, frustration, and mediocrity follow them. Just as the body requires food for strength, the mind requires wisdom for direction. To begin each day without feeding your mind is like attempting to build a palace with dull tools. But when you study, read, or listen to knowledge in the morning, you equip yourself with the sharpness to cut through obstacles and recognize opportunities others overlook. Knowledge is more than information, it is the raw material of wealth. Every invention, every fortune, every breakthrough began with an idea. A single idea, well understood and acted upon, can multiply your income many times over. History has proven this again and again. One thought can alter the course of a life, a business, even an entire world. When you feed your mind with wisdom each morning, you are planting seeds that may grow into golden trees of prosperity. The difference between the wealthy and the poor often lies in what they consume mentally, not only in what they earn. But knowledge alone is not enough. The true power comes in applying what you learn. Many people read and listen endlessly yet fail to act, and so their lives remain unchanged. The disciplined individual selects even a single truth, digests it deeply, and then practices it until it becomes part of their life. It is not how much you know, but how much of what you know you apply that multiplies your wealth. Every morning is an opportunity to gather a new piece of wisdom and commit to turning it into action. Morning is the perfect time for this practice because the mind is fresh and receptive. In those first quiet hours, your thoughts are uncluttered, your energy is undivided, and your subconscious is most open to suggestion. When you feed your mind with wisdom at the start of the day, you set the tone for how you will think and act. Instead of being influenced by gossip, negativity, or fear, you anchor yourself in principles that strengthen you. This habit alone separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. The type of wisdom you choose also matters. Not every word or idea is worthy of your attention. The material you study must lift you, challenge you, and stretch your vision. It must teach you principles of growth, wealth, discipline, and service. By carefully choosing what you read or listen to, you control the quality of thoughts entering your mind. As surely as poor food weakens the body, poor information weakens the spirit. But nourishing wisdom builds mental strength that carries into every action you take. In time, the habit of feeding your mind each morning compounds into greatness. What may seem like small lessons gathered daily will accumulate into a vast reservoir of insight, strategy, and clarity. When others hesitate because they do not know what to do, you will act with certainty because your mind has been trained and equipped. That certainty creates wealth because the world rewards those who move with knowledge and confidence. To ignore this practice is to starve the very faculty that creates success. To embrace it is to ensure that your wealth multiplies. Wealth requires energy, and energy is born in the body before it is expressed in the mind. Too many people try to build their fortunes while neglecting their health, not realizing that a tired, sluggish body drains ambition and dulls creativity. You cannot pursue great goals if your body cannot carry you through the day. This is why strengthening your body every morning is a vital step in multiplying your wealth. A few deliberate minutes of movement awaken the systems within you, sending oxygen through your blood and clarity into your mind. That surge of vitality becomes the foundation upon which your success is built. Exercise in the morning does more than strengthen muscles, it sharpens discipline. When you rise and push your body beyond comfort, you are training your willpower to overcome resistance. This habit teaches you that obstacles can be conquered, beginning with the small resistance of your own body. The mind and the body are inseparable. When you strengthen one, you fortify the other. A disciplined body creates a disciplined mind, and a disciplined mind is a magnet for wealth. The clarity that comes from morning movement cannot be overstated. Physical activity clears away the fog of sleep and the heaviness of worry. As your heart beats faster, your thoughts grow sharper, and solutions that seemed hidden the night before begin to surface. You meet the day not sluggish and hesitant, but alert and ready. Many of the greatest leaders, creators, and builders of wealth have soared by the practice of exercising early, because they knew that a strong body fuels strong decisions. Even more, the body that is cared for in the morning has greater stamina to endure the challenges of the day. Wealth creation is not a sprint, but a marathon, requiring energy that lasts beyond the morning hours. Those who ignore their physical strength may burn brightly for a short time, but soon collapse under the weight of exhaustion. By giving your body movement at the start of each day, you build the endurance to persist when others grow weary. Endurance is the silent partner of wealth, for riches often go to those who outlast the competition. This practice does not require hours of labor or complicated routines. Simple movements, stretching, walking, lifting, breathing deeply, can awaken the power within you. The key is consistency. It is better to move with intention for a few minutes each day than to exhaust yourself once in a while. The small effort, repeated faithfully, compounds into greater strength, better health, and a sharper mind. These advantages accumulate silently until they are visible in the extraordinary results you achieve. Remember that your body is the vessel through which every vision, every plan, And every opportunity must pass. If the vessel is weak, the vision is delayed. If the vessel is strong, the vision moves swiftly toward reality. To multiply your wealth, you must multiply your energy. And to multiply your energy, you must strengthen your body each morning. This habit is not a luxury, but a necessity, for without health and vitality, even the richest man is poor. Before the world has a chance to intrude on your peace, you must take command of your inner state. Most people wake and immediately surrender their emotions to outside forces, the news, their phones, the demands of others. From the very start, they are no longer in control of themselves. But the individual who pauses in the morning to master his emotions takes the first and most important step toward true wealth. When you rule your own mind, you cannot be ruled by circumstances, no matter how chaotic they may appear. A few quiet minutes of reflection, prayer, or meditation anchor you to something greater than the noise around you. In stillness, you remind yourself that you are not your fears, not your worries, not even the challenges you face. You are the master of your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your reality. This grounding allows you to enter the day with calm certainty instead of being tossed about by every event or opinion. Calmness is not weakness. It is strength under control, and it is one of the rarest and most valuable powers a person can possess. When you master your emotions, you also unlock clearer thinking. Anger, worry, and stress cloud the mind, making even simple problems seem insurmountable. But when you center yourself in the morning, you create space for solutions to appear. Your decisions are sharper, your perspective is broader, and your responses are measured instead of reactive. This clarity often makes the difference between seizing an opportunity and missing it altogether. Wealth grows in the soil of clear thinking, not in the storm of emotional turmoil. This daily practice also builds resilience. Life will always deliver unexpected blows, losses, setbacks, disappointments. Without emotional mastery, these moments can break a person. But the one who trains his mind every morning to remain steady develops the strength to bend without breaking. He may feel the weight of difficulty, but he does not collapse under it. Instead, he learns, adapts, and presses forward with determination. Such resilience is one of the greatest allies of anyone seeking lasting success. Another gift of mastering your emotions is the effect it has on others. People are naturally drawn to those who remain calm in storms. They trust them, seek their guidance, and are willing to follow their leadership. This influence creates opportunities, partnerships, and wealth, because the world rewards those who can lead with composure. By starting each day mastering your emotions, you are not only shaping your inner world, but also commanding respect and trust in the outer world. Inner calmness truly is the foundation of outer riches. Money and success may come and go, but the person who has learned to govern his emotions possesses a treasure no market can take away. Each morning, when you choose peace over panic and control over chaos, you are building wealth at the deepest level. You are preparing yourself to face the day not as a victim of circumstances, but as a creator of destiny. Every morning gives you a chance to measure the distance between where you are and where you intend to be. Most people move through life without ever stopping to ask whether yesterday's actions served their greater purpose. They live by habit, not by design, and so their years pass without progress. But the person who begins the day by reviewing their steps claims the power to correct mistakes before they become patterns. To look back is not to dwell in the past, but to gather wisdom from it and use that wisdom as fuel for forward motion. When you ask yourself, did yesterday bring me closer to my goal or further away? You invite truth into your life. Sometimes the answer will sting, but that sting is a gift. It shows you where you have fallen short and where you must adjust. Those who refuse to measure themselves drift endlessly. Those who measure honestly gain control. Every builder inspects their work as they go, and so must every builder of wealth. Without inspection, the structure collapses. With inspection, it stands firm and tall. This practice also protects you from the greatest thief of success, wasted time. Hours slip away unnoticed when they are not examined. By reviewing yesterday each morning, you shine a light on how your time was truly spent. Did you act with intention, or did distractions steal your energy? Did you take steps aligned with your vision, or did you wander into tasks that led nowhere? This awareness alone can save years of lost effort and multiply your results many times over. Reviewing your progress also fuels motivation. When you see even the smallest evidence that yesterday brought you forward, your belief grows stronger. Progress, no matter how small, creates momentum. And when you see clearly where you must improve, you ignite a hunger to do better today. Instead of being paralyzed by failure, you become energized by the opportunity to correct it. Each morning then becomes not only a reflection, but a renewal of your commitment. Another benefit is that this daily review sharpens your decision making. A person who studies their own actions develops wisdom that cannot be taught by books alone. Patterns emerge: what works, what fails, what wastes time, and what accelerates growth. Over time, you gain an instinct for success because you have trained yourself to learn from every step. This instinct becomes one of your greatest assets, guiding you toward opportunities and away from pitfalls with increasing accuracy. In the end, wealth multiplies for those who measure their steps and adjust their course. The road to riches is not straight; it bends, twists, and sometimes doubles back. But the one who reviews his progress each morning never loses his way, for he constantly corrects his direction. He wastes no time on regret, only on learning. Each morning, by glancing at yesterday with honesty and wisdom, you prepare yourself to step into today with strength and clarity. This is how small victories compound into great triumphs, and how an ordinary life transforms into extraordinary wealth. The most brilliant vision, the most carefully written plan, and the most vivid imagination are powerless without action. Each morning, when your mind is fresh and your energy is unspent, you must commit to one action that moves you closer to wealth. It does not need to be a grand or dramatic step. Even a small act, taken with intention, begins to build momentum. The mistake most people make is waiting for the perfect time. They postpone, telling themselves that tomorrow will be better, and in doing so, they trade their future for delay. Wealth multiplies only for those who act now. Action is the bridge between thought and reality. You may dream of building a business, owning land, or achieving financial freedom, but without action, those desires remain illusions. The moment you make the call, send the message, invest the time, or begin the study, your dream moves from the invisible world of imagination into the visible world of creation. Each action sends a signal to your subconscious mind that you are serious, and that seriousness attracts opportunities. The world respects action and rewards those who dare to move. The power of immediate action is that it breaks the chains of hesitation. Fear, doubt, and overthinking are strongest in the moments before you begin. But once you take even the smallest step, those voices grow weaker. Action creates clarity because every step forward teaches you what works and what doesn't. The person who acts, even imperfectly, learns more in one day than the dreamer who waits for years. The wealth builders of history were not always the wisest or most talented, but they were always the quickest to act. Another truth is that wealth-building habits compound. When you choose to take one meaningful action each morning, you are planting a seed that, repeated daily, grows into abundance. A single phone call today may lead to a relationship that transforms your business. A single hour of study may spark an idea worth millions. A single disciplined step may ignite a chain of events far greater than you can imagine. The secret is not in waiting for massive breakthroughs, but in making small, consistent moves that accumulate into greatness. Action also builds confidence. Each time you act, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This proof strengthens your faith, and faith inspires even bolder action. Over time, hesitation is replaced with decisiveness, and fear is replaced with certainty. The person who acts daily develops a reputation for reliability and boldness, and such a reputation attracts trust, opportunity, and wealth. Confidence is not created by waiting for courage to arrive. It is built by acting in spite of uncertainty until courage becomes second nature. The truth is simple. Success belongs to the doors. You can think, plan, and prepare forever, but none of it matters until you move. Each morning, identify one wealth-building action and take it immediately before distractions steal your focus. Do not wait for permission, perfect conditions, or the right mood. Begin now and let momentum carry you forward. In the long run, the habit of daily action is the difference between a dream that dies in the mind and a dream that multiplies into reality. Wealth never flows to those who chase only their own gain. It flows to those who understand that riches are the byproduct of service. Every great fortune in history was built by solving problems, meeting needs, or improving lives. When you rise each morning and ask yourself how you can increase the value you bring to others, you align yourself with the very principle that governs abundance. The more people you serve and the greater the value you provide, the more wealth you naturally attract in return. Service is not charity, though charity has its place. Service is the conscious act of giving value in exchange for opportunity, trust, and reward. A business prospers because it provides what people want or need. An individual grows wealthy because their skills, ideas, or leadership make life better for others. By beginning your day with the question, "How can I serve today?" you shift your focus away from scarcity and toward contribution. Contribution always attracts compensation in one form or another. This mindset of service also transforms the way you interact with people. Instead of seeing them as obstacles or competitors, you see them as partners in your growth. Every encounter becomes an opportunity to add value, whether through kindness, knowledge, or effort. People are naturally drawn to those who lift them, and the trust you build through consistent service becomes the foundation of lasting wealth. In truth, your network, your influence, and your opportunities expand in proportion to the value you add to others. An attitude of service also shields you from the greed and impatience that destroy many who pursue wealth. Those who seek to take without giving may succeed for a time, but their success is fragile. The one who builds wealth by serving others, however, builds a foundation that cannot be shaken. Service creates loyalty, reputation, and goodwill, and these are treasures that compound far beyond money. Each morning, when you set the intention to serve, you choose a path of wealth that is sustainable and honorable. If you wish to multiply your riches, focus first on multiplying your value. Wake each day with the determination to give more than you receive, to create more than you consume, to solve more problems than you cause. The rewards will follow naturally because the world is always searching for those who can serve it best. Wealth is the shadow of service, and the greater the service, the greater the shadow. Begin each morning with this truth, and you will never lack abundance. So I say to you, wealth is not created in sudden bursts of luck. It is the product of daily discipline, a morning ritual repeated with faith and determination. Begin each day with these 11 steps, and soon you will see what others call impossible become your normal reality.